Hi, my name's Katie and I wanted to show you my house. I built this from 2006 to 2008 and it was while I was in college and working full-time, so it was what I could afford at the time and I would like to show it to you guys. So come on in. So it's cedar shake on the outside, which was the cheapest real wood finish I could do on the outside. And then I built this door by hand. It's pine tongue and groove with cedar scroll work on the front. And this was a window that a friend built and gave to me. So now we'll head on in. Oh, I built this door 6 inches thick. You can see here because we live in Fairbanks, Alaska, and it gets 40 to 50 below here every winter, so I wanted to build it really efficiently. I did this tile mosaic in the entryway here. It's took me hours, probably a good 30 hours of work to complete that tiny little mosaic. It was insane, but fun. And this is just some storage that I built, and my dog sleeps here on this dog bed. He's got his little window so he can look out and watch the squirrels. It works pretty well. He likes it. And then this winter I needed more storage for our boots and stuff, so I built this, which doubles as a seat to take your shoes off, storage, and a third seat for the table. Because we do have guests here every once in a while, cook dinner. And then I have this double story coat rack, which works well for summer coats, but for winter coats are too big, so they end up falling off. So I think I would make these a lot longer on the top next time if I were to do it again. Yeah. So come on in. We have bamboo flooring, again the cheapest option, and it's lasted 7 years so far of heavy use. It looks a little worn out, but it's holding up pretty well, I think. And then these are cherry cabinets that I built with birch plywood countertop with just like that bar top that I put on it. A 24-inch stove, which has worked out great with like a good size oven. So you can pretty much cook anything you want to in here. I did a full fridge because I like to cook, and a bar fridge just doesn't cut it. Here it's very common to live without running water, so this is a waterless cabin. So we fill our blue jugs at the water wagon or at the local springs, and then just haul them in by hand. And then I built this little stand that's kind of rickety, but it works, and this little gravity tap that makes it hands-free to use the sink, which is nice. And these are great. So it's a 3-hole sink, and I got this little inset soap dispenser, so that's dish soap, and I've got another one here for hand soap that I'm going to put in soon. Yeah. This is the only opening window in the house. It's unfortunate because in a small space, after living here, it is so important to have ventilation, and if you're going to do a small house, I would do every single window as opening. That's something that I've learned, because we live in a dry environment, and the amount of moisture that, you know, me, my husband, and my dog make in this tiny place is enough to create a very humid environment, a very stale air environment, and mold loves it. So we're actually working on putting a little tiny HRV in right now, because air quality in a tiny space is so important. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't think about when they're building. I certainly didn't. Alright, I got this beautiful window at a Habitat for Humanity sale, because they didn't use it in their Habitat house, so I got it for nothing. Well, $100. And it's beautiful and I love it. But the problem is that I put it over the stove, and when it was 30 below, I turned on the stove one time and to just heat up the place faster, because we had gone out of town and we came back, and the temperature difference cracked this window. So behind the spice rack, there's a giant chunk of glass that's broken, which is really unfortunate. So now I wanted to do this video because I'm going to replace it with a square window that just comes to here, and leave this as a wall with a vent hood, because I will never put glass behind my stove again. That was a mistake. I wondered why, when I did this window, why they don't put glass behind stoves, and I found out the hard way, I guess. So all the cabinetry in here I built myself. It's all custom for this space. I guess I'll start with this. This is the water jug storage down there, and then this small shelf for pots. And then this is a nice food storage area. And there's a light under here because this is another thing, like having task lighting. It's so easy to do in a small space, so you might as well do it. And let's see here. And then my 5-gallon bucket, my slop bucket, because it's waterless. Maybe I'll plumb it in someday. And then garbage. And silverware. And I did this cool little 2-tier drawer so I could organize a little better, because organization is so important. You want to think about all the things that you're going to have in your house and kind of make a space for everything, because the one thing that I did not think about was a place to put toiletries, which is this eyesore here now, which is unfortunate. I wish I had built something for my toiletries. Yeah. The bed here is another custom piece of furniture. It's kind of like a boat bed, so it's got these slats, if you see, that slide against each other, so it pulls out and actually becomes a full-size bed. So it does actually work quite well, but we kind of have it jerry-rigged right now because we got a different mattress that's really stiff. We had a more supple mattress that worked really well, but we got to figure something else out for that. And then there's 6 big drawers here that fit all our clothes, all my husband's and my clothes. And then this little bookshelf is pretty cool. It pulls out, and there's a bunch of like storage for things that we don't need to get to every day, but we don't want to freeze. Alright. Now, these stairs were an afterthought so my dog could get on the bed, but they're really great. I use them all the time too. And they are obviously storage as well. One thing to think about is dirty clothes storage, so this became dirty clothes hamper, because that's something that people forget about, I feel like. Alright, this is the dining and office area. We have this custom little shelf for all our dishes since we needed more food storage over there. I ended up building this as an afterthought, and it works really well. And this is office stuff too, so like paperwork and bills can go in there and get hidden away so they're not all over cluttered on the table. And this is kind of a cool little, just skinny little place to tuck away notebooks and stuff. And then this table, if you wanted to do yoga or something, which I had thought that was something that I was going to be interested in doing, I made it so this table flips up and stores away, so there actually is quite a bit of floor space if we wanted it. And these chairs stack. So yeah. Let's see here. A couple other things. So I do, this is a very common heater in Fairbanks. This is the Toyotomi Laser 30. It's an expensive little stove, but this thing is awesome. I have to get it serviced every couple of years for $150, but it works really great. I've had no problems with it really, and we use less than 40 gallons of fuel for a winter here. which is really unbelievable in Fairbanks because nobody uses that little. What?
How many square feet is this?
Okay, so this is a 12 by 12 cabin. It's it would be 144 square feet, but the walls are 6 inches thick, so it's really 11 by 11 usable space on the inside, so it's like 120 square feet, I think. And it works out pretty well. This is a new addition. This is a HEPA filter that we got this year because we were worried about our air quality in here because it really was not ideal. And we also got this dehumidifier because, as I said before, we were having some pretty serious issues with humidity. But since we've gotten those two things, our air quality is a lot better. And then I think when we install the little HRV, it'll get a lot better. Which, I mean, our fuel costs might go up by like, I don't know, 10 gallons a year or something. But we'll see. Yeah. Let's see, what else can I talk about? Oh, this is my guest bed. When I was building this place, I did a trip to Mexico and I bought a hammock and slept in it while I was building this. So I just boxed out the hammock hooks that I had put up in here when I was building it because I thought it could be a guest bedroom. I have yet to use it. 7 years, I have yet to use it. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. There's an outhouse out back and 8x8 shed. So everything rotates in and out of the shed seasonally as we need it because this is so small. But it works well. We live here quite comfortably. Thanks a lot. I hope you enjoyed it.